After closing up and leaving my beloved boat Shadow in a marina, it was time to take a ride, get into Panama City, across town to the airport, and then fly back to Europe for a break. So I'm finally here in the airport outside Panama City, and what a trip it's been. I got up at 6:30 this morning, and my ride was at 12 o'clock, and it was 12:05 before I got everything done. I was soaking in sweat. Got a ride into town, and several buses later I got to the airport. They didn't drop me off at the right place, so I had to walk back through an unmade road and halfway through a field to get to the airport. I arrive in Paris tomorrow afternoon, I think, and then my London flight has been cancelled, then it wasn't cancelled, and then it was cancelled again, so we'll see about that when I get there, so it's all fun.
Got my head over water for the first time in years. Got my feet across the border from a land of tears. Ain't no way I'm going back under. Got my eyes in the wild blue yonder.
It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm in a hotel in Paris. And I'm clearing some space off my camera, putting it onto the hard drive here, so I can do some more filming today. You wouldn't believe what the last 2 days have been like for me. I'm flying to England via Germany. I tell you what, it's a long story how I got to be in a hotel in Paris and then getting on a plane and flying to Germany. 2 planes, in fact, 2 planes through Germany. I've got to go to Frankfurt first to get to London. And I should have arrived there yesterday, and I left Panama 2 days ago, and I'm very tired, and I've been in this beautiful bed tonight, beautiful bed. I'm actually properly clean for the first time in ages. I had a really good hot shower, and I drank some really nice beer and had an average meal, which is strange for the French, but this is a cheap hotel because the airline's paying for it. Yeah. Anyway, how did I get here? That's the thing. So basically what happened is I had a 10-hour flight from Panama, and I arrived at Paris. I was supposed to get a connecting flight to London, which was cancelled because the Air France baggage people that do the baggage were on strike. So the only flight they could get me was one the next day, which is the one I'm taking down. And it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. But they sent my bag onto a flight that had been cancelled, so it ended up in a warehouse somewhere, or something in the middle of Paris, or in the middle of the airport of Paris. So I then spent 4.5 hours trying to retrieve my baggage, wandering around one of the biggest airports in the world. So needless to say, I'm very, very tired.
Prochain arrêt, terminal 3, Roissy-Paul. Paris par train.
Having been met at the airport by my relatives Sandy and Simon, they took me at once to a pub. Look at that, Twickenham Naked Ladies, Hog's Back, Sharp's Doom Bar, proper beer, flat and warm the way it should be. I was definitely home, and a packet of crisps to wash it all down with, next to the Thames River. And then it was time to head to the southwest and the city of Plymouth, to visit some friends, to go to a surprise birthday party and a wedding. The trip included one of the most beautiful train rides in the world. It was great to meet up with the boys again. We'd decided that we were going to hire some bicycles and go and cycle the Camel Trail, which is in the West Country, as part of a stag weekend for a friend of ours who was getting married. So it was going to be a big boys a day out or a couple of days out. So we stacked the bikes up, had some refreshments. This is a typical British pub. And there's some gypsies living there, look as well. And here we are on the bicycles. That's me looking like an idiot. And here's us on the trail. Like on a motorway when somebody has an accident, everybody stops to watch. So Stuart's got a flat.
Oh, there it is.
And
oop, there it is. Is there anything in it still? Yep. I spotted that. I spotted that. Oh, you spotted it?
Yeah.
Oh, I spotted that.
Glass. Tiny little bit of glass. We'll put you on YouTube, shall we?
How many men does it take to change a tyre, bicycle tyre?
Well,
actually one
and
struggling 6 to take the piss.
One struggling and 6 to take the piss, that's what I thought.
You gone hard yet, Stuart?
Yeah.
For lunch, fish and chips.
Yeah, it's a bit soft, isn't it?
A bit soft. Big boobies.
When I retire.
Very cute. It was just good to do the things that I haven't done for such a long time. Drink beer on a sunny afternoon with the lads in a car park. We always ended up drinking in car parks, I don't know why. And just kicking back, looking at the beautiful sights of only the West Country of England can offer, like that empty glasses. And we laid on a ride as well. We didn't have to walk. Can we shout abuse at him when we're going past? I'm somewhere in Cornwall, in England. I've just got out of bed from a hotel after a stag night, my friend's stag night.
Of course, there was curry and beer involved. I'm walking down a hill in the Cornish countryside. Not so long ago, I was sitting on my boat in Panama. What a strange life I lead. And I don't know where my friends are. They're somewhere down this village. They've all deserted me. They're down in the village having breakfast somewhere. So I've got to find this village, and I've got to find a ride home to Devon, which is that way or something.
It was time to travel one of the oldest river crossings in the world, across the River Tamar from the county of Devon to Cornwall, and visit my cousin Sally.
Hi, Sally.
Hello! Get her to do my work for me. That's Sally's house, and we're going in the jungle. That's not even the house, that's just a little place.
And then it was to the top of the jungle, which is Sally's garden, to show me her new studio. She'd had it built while I was away for her pottery business, and I was super jealous. If only I had a man cave like that. And then it was down to the local pub to meet some of the locals who also happened to be fans of the channel. That was a really good night. The next morning we visited one of my favourite boatyards in Cornwall. It happens to have a wonderful cafe that does wonderful English breakfasts. Then of course it was back to the pub. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my patrons for their amazing support. If you'd like to help out, check out my Patreon page. Real-time updates, I'm on Facebook. Adventures of an Old Sea Dog, links are below. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Again, thank you for watching. Cheers now.
That's the only KLM boat. That's the only KLM. That's the only That's the only KLM plane. I suppose it's the one I'm taking. Looks alright. Wings are still on.